must have been a Volta that put me in skates. Ping-pong eye, no grey shades. People say I'm weak, can't even hold her tight. You are the star on the poolside. Goes to mine 'cause I can't abide. I'll be a good sport, be a good sport. I'll be a sportsman. Be a good sport, be a good sport. I'll be a sportsman. I will be a sportsman. I'm not sleeping these days, maybe insomniac. Quit my first flashing bread. I've got this craving for you. Your brother, they call him Batman. Your sister, we know she's Wonder Woman. And since Sundays I could be apathetic. The whole family gets in shape under the floodlights. People tell me I'm not strong. I can't seem to find the right charge. I'll be a good sport, be a good sport. I'll be a sportsman. Be a good sport, be a good sport. I'll be a sportsman. I'll be a good sport, be a good sport. I'll be a sportsman. Be a good sport, be a good sport. I'll be a sportsman. Be a good sport, be a good sport. I'll be a sportsman. Be a good sport, be a good sport. I'll be a sportsman. So what you know I don't walk late.
Welcome Rotterdam, welcome world. This is a very special operator radio broadcast. My name is Jasper Willems and I have the pleasure of co-hosting this little soiree with none other than Rats on Rafts, who are here in the studio. And they've just released their brilliant record, Excerpts from Chapter 3. The mind runs a net of rabbit paths, and I can't believe I actually said that in one go. Well, the band is here. Everyone's here. So, well, welcome. Congrats.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Very much.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I just want to let the people at home know who's talking and who's saying something. So let's do a little bit of an introduction round and see who's up, who's here.
Hello, I'm Matthijs. I'm the drummer. That's it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you go.
My name is Arnoud. I play the guitar.
Yes. Pass it on. Pass the Ducci.
I'm Natasha and I play the bass.
And I'm David and I sing.
Yeah.
You play guitar.
And you play guitar. Come on, don't sell yourself short. And well, again, congratulations for releasing this incredible record. And we're basically drowning in records here. Come on, I mean, you brought a shit ton of records, and all these records in some way have informed the record that you've just released. So, and we just heard some amazing stuff, like from Japan. And can anyone sort of tell me what we just heard?
Do you want to tell them?
About which record?
The first one. Let's start with the first one.
First one was a record from Hosono. He was one of the 3 members of YMO, and he also made a lot of solo work. And the song we just listened to was Sportsman, which was kind of his hit back then. And yeah, it's a very cool song.
It's amazing, man. It reminded me of like those Marauder era Sparks records, you know, those sort of danceable, very groovy. And it's not really a record that I figure like, whoa, this sounds like Rats on Rafts. So it's not an obvious influence. So in what way is it sort of informative?
No, a lot of people think we generally like guitar music, but when it comes to Japanese music, we love a lot of the 80s stuff, and a lot of the 80s stuff is electronics.
Right.
Second song was Miharu Koshi, which was produced by Hosono as well. That has the same kind of thing. It brings you back to your Nintendo years.
Yeah. I mean, also my PlayStation years. I mean, I used to play Tekken a lot, like the fighting game, and it reminded me of that music, that sort of grainy techno music and adrenaline pumping, and wow.
Same. I also play Tekken on the PlayStation.
Oh my god!
Arnold did as well, so.
No,
Really? He's in denial. Yeah. And these 2 records are both sort of produced by this guy, Hosono, Harry Hosono. Incredible. And you can see sort of the parallels and we're gonna actually move on to our next choice.
Yes. There's one small fun fact about Hosono.
All right.
Really would like to tell.
Sure, go ahead, man. We got time.
His grandfather was the only Japanese passenger on the Titanic and actually survived the Titanic.
Oh my God.
So without his grandfather surviving, I don't know how the world of music would have looked like.
So, oh my God, he survived. Like Jack and Rose didn't survive, but he did.
He did.
Well, amazing. So we're not going to play any Celine Dion, are we? Or okay, we're actually going to move a dip in the pool. I mean, it's not a dip in the sea, but it's similar. Yeah. Who are these guys?
It's a Japanese group as well. And this is their EP.
Wow. Beautiful.
The OB
can show it,
actually
yeah.
stuck in front of the face. Yeah. So they released 2 EPs in the 80s that are really brilliant, and they combined both on a record for Rough Trade. But I think it's a brilliant record.
All right.
Start it.
Let's just go play it, man. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
glissant sa selle sur le fer de son buste, laissait couler ses mots totem de muscle. Moi j'ai la lèvre humide et je sais la science de perdre au fond d'un lit d'antique conscience. Je sèche tous les pleurs sur mes seins triomphants et fais rire les vieux du rire des enfants. Je remplace pour qui me voit nu et sans voilet la lune, le soleil, les ciels et les étoiles. Je suis mon cher savant si docte vous l'écoutez lorsque j'étouffe un homme dans mes bras redoutés ou lorsque j'abandonne en morsure mon buste. Timide et libertine et fragile et robuste, que sur ce matelas qui se parle des lois, des anges impuissants et d'amères pour moi. Quand des luttes de mes os s'étouffe la moelle et que languissamment je me tournais vers elle pour lui rendre un baiser d'amour, je ne vis plus qu'une outre au flanc brûlant, toute pleine de feu. Je fermais les deux yeux de ma froide épouvante et quand je les ouvris à leur clarté vivante, à mes côtés au lieu du mannequin puissant qui semblait avoir fait une provision de sang, tremblement, confusément des théories de squelettes qui de même rendaient le cri d'une girouette, d'une enseigne et d'une de fer que balance le vent pour la lumière.
Logic System with a song called Unit. Man, that was sinister, man. That got on my nerves, you know. It reminds me of the theme song of Knight Rider for some reason, and that's of course another childhood crush of mine. Who is this guy, Logic System? What can you tell me about this record?
What I understood is he does used to work with YMO as well, do all the programming for the electronical synthesizers, but I could be wrong. Do you guys know?
Yeah.
No. But it is a great record, yeah. This one.
Amazing.
The entire record is brilliant. Everything afterwards is a bit... But this one is weird.
Yeah. It's really ominous, but also that sort of synth part that comes in between, that's very heroic for some reason. It's like, whoa, the hero has arrived, you know, things are going to be okay.
It's very catchy, and then it gets extremely catchy.
Yeah. So what's going to be next? It's I hope I'm not going to stumble over this name. Inoyamala?
Inoyama Land?
Yeah, help me out here.
Well, I think that's one of our favorites, all of
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Right.
I think Matthijs wants to say.
Yeah, Matthias, go ahead. Go ahead, Matthias.
Well, it's also produced by Hosono.
This
it
guy
was-
goes around, man.
Yeah,
God.
yeah. He is. There was this label called Yen Records. It was started by Takahashi and Hosono, and this is actually, I think, one of the gems on that 4-year lifespan of the label. It's a ambient album, but it's kind of poppy, so that's I think the coolest thing about it, because most ambient stuff can get quite I don't know, not poppy.
It can be very abstract.
Yeah.
This is like you're playing your Nintendo with at the bottom of a swimming pool, because he made a
Wow.
he made a what was it, the underwater tank with I think he
really
placed
know.
a microphone in the water in front of a speaker or something.
Yeah, the speaker
So-
was also built in a glass
It was sort of
box filled with water, and then they played the sound through the speaker, and then they recorded that sound.
Oh my
So
God.
there's water in between the
so it's the sound
instead
is
of air.
brilliant.
Yeah.
It's basically music that is a precursor to when we're going to drown all of us when the ice caps melt.
It was brilliant because when we went to Japan, this was just reissued by a shop there in Tokyo.
yeah.
So Matthijs got his copy there.
All right, show us
Japanese
the
one.
sleeves.
Which
All
camera?
these sleeves. Wow.
The original's like €200 or something.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
It's
crazy.
ridiculous.
So I'm very happy with this one.
My God. I mean, let's just listen to this thing, man. I mean, I'm amped. Let's do it.
Alrighty.
All right, let's go for it. There we go.
Oh boy, look at us all sort of bobbing our heads in unison. I mean, man, this almost approximates like that feeling that we used to have like in the dark club and listen to very loud music. And man, it's good to sort of approximate that. And this was Few with Signal. And Arnoud, this was your pick, right?
Well, it was a pick of us all.
Pick of us all. But the producer of this record is Connie Plank. And yeah, that's a name that you are affiliated with or know really well.
Connie Plank was a famous. Well, he was he produced a lot of German krautrock.
Yeah.
And actually, on this record, a few Jackie Liebeside and Holger Tsukai. I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, but they play the music on this record.
Wow.
And they're also of the German krautrock band Can.
Man, yeah, that's. I mean, Can. What to say about Can? That's just.
What can you say?
What can you say about Can? Yeah, what the hell? And I mean, this feels so good. It reminded me a lot of those sort of early Björk post-punk bands who were probably influenced by this. So
You hear a little bit of the Duff sound in it as well.
yeah, definitely. A band called Death. Yeah. Oh my God, so good.
Germany meets Japan. Can't get any better. Two very efficient countries.
Very yeah. Whoa. Wow. Yeah. Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No efficiency and just being loud and sounding like I don't know, a sexy sort of belly dance or something. I don't know. Just I love it. Well, this next record. Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit what's going on? What's coming up next?
No, you can't. Well, it's Heinz. Not the
ketchup,
tomato
by the way.
beans. Well, he actually on his first tour, they actually in England they took out Heinz tomato beans and bombed him apparently with beans.
What
because
the hell?
He's German as well, half German. Or I think he had two German parents, and he was brought up in England after the war. I think his father died actually in the Second World War.
Right.
But he was. Joe Meek was in love with him. Difficult story, but this is one of Meek's greatest productions. It's just in the period when Heinz had a girlfriend and Meek realized that it wasn't really going to work out. So. But yeah, this single's very rare. I think it's an Australian promo. But it's a brilliant production. You can hear all the. I love it when the way Joe Meek does the kind of. He has the ability to, like you can feel the spider walking across its web.
Yeah.
You can hear the web. It's very yeah. Listen to it.
Let's go listen to Spiders.
Staat hij op 45?
I'm like a big fat spider waiting for some fluff to come by. I'm like a big fat spider gonna trap me to fly. She's gonna shout out like I said when I get her in my web. I'm like a big fat spider waiting for some fluff to come by. I'm like a big fat spider with one thing on my mind. I'm gonna love her and I treat her kind. She's gonna love this spider all the time. Then I think I'll settle down in a decent part of town. Treat her good and then get wet. Put away my big black web. I'm like a big fat spider waiting for some fluff to come by. I'm like a big fat spider gonna catch me a fly. Watch out for this spider by and by. Then I think I'll settle down in a decent part of town. Treat her good and then get wet. Put away my big black web. I'm like a big fat spider waiting for some fluff to come by.
Hollow. Yes, come with me, come up with me to Magic Hollow. Touch the stars as in a dream. Everything you touch is deemed magic. Magic must make the time, make it one time to what you are missing. Magic delight beyond your sight, fantastic prisons, lights and colors lingering, spin them, touch their splendoring magic. Ooh, it's magic. Sight is blessed, you have not guessed, so won't you follow? For through the dark I hear the lark of Magic Hollow, calling out her melody, veiled within my memory. Magic, hey, yeah, magic.
The Beau Brummels with a track called Magic Hollow. This track dates from 1967, if I'm correct.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah. It's a beautiful record, yeah. What can you tell me about this?
Well, it was produced by a guy called Lenny Waronker.
Waronker, yeah. Or, I don't know, I'm not pronouncing it right, or am I? I don't know, but yeah. Lenny Waronker.
And he was the house producer of Warner Brothers.
Yeah, yeah.
And he produced a lot of great bands. He also did the solo record of Brian Wilson, Van Dyke Parks, stuff like Ry Cooder and the Beau Brummels.
Beau Brummels, yeah, and it's beautiful, arcane, almost folky, almost has a sort of Renaissance fair vibe to it, and it calms you down. It makes you feel like floaty and weightless. And well, this next record, what we're gonna hear next, David, or can someone tell me?
Well, with this one, what's interesting is the arrangements, of course. I think that really was something that we took in when we were recording our record.
Yeah.
But this band was actually quite popular before that as a kind of like beats group with catchy tunes. But this is this now people are listening to this record, but at the time nobody really, except for critics, listened to it. It's a brilliant record, Triangle.
Yeah, we're still talking about the Beau Brummels, by the way. Yeah, amazing. Look at the sleeve again. I want to see that. Yeah. Wow, look at this. Oh my God. Beautiful. Yes. Summer of Love.
So this is Van Dyke Parks. Apparently his grandmother, I heard, was originally from Rotterdam.
Really? Yeah. Oh my God. That's incredible.
That's one. That's a classic. We have to thank Hans Tweede Hans for that one. But he worked with the Beach Boys. But his mind is really brilliant. He has a very playful way of using arrangements.
Yeah, and just to go back to, I mean, this record was huge for this. This is a record called Song Cycle. Are we going to play? Or are you different? Yeah. And this record was huge for making excerpts from Chapter 3, right? Like this was a informative record, like a big record for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it opened our doors for how your imagination can help you a lot for making arrangements. You know, the way he arranges songs is so brilliant because you kind of have the idea that stuff can be a little bit random, but then there's a really brilliant mind behind it.
Yeah, it's very free form. The way all the songs on the record are arranged.
Right.
You could go from one dream into the next, and that's kind of what we try to do on our record. At least we try to not stick to the rules of arranging stuff. Just let things come and go, and the ideas that you get in your mind, just try them out and see what works and what not. And on this record, they work brilliantly, of course.
Yeah. Well, on yours as well. So yeah. Well, let's listen to this, man. Let's listen to some Van Dyke Parks. Yeah, let's do it.
Palm desert market to buy, tenderfoot up to date palms of the real estate. Palm desert springs off and run dry. I came west to Hollywood, Neverland juxtaposed, BBD and go beyond. San Fernando on hillside, manners on the banks of Johnson City. Those below and those above the same. Still born in Hollywood. I don't understand, just suppose the youngster knows he's had it good. Really fortunate run through the Babylon, the Fairbanks Compass City. By your leave, or stay beyond the gate. Palm desert, not fade away. Palm desert, I wish I could stay. Palm desert, sages abound, so head your head to the ground, round. Meanwhile, in the wild west of
I failed in love. Was this a crime? You said, don't worry, darling. You said, don't worry, don't you worry, darling. There are many ways a man can serve his time. With a sting of iodine, your secret kisses reek of iodine, your fragrance with a fume of iodine.
That was Moondog with Voices of Spring, and before that you heard the great Leonard Cohen from his Death of a Ladies' Man record, Iodine. Two beautiful records. And well, this next one is actually my favorite one that you've chosen out. It's a, I don't know, just explain this to me. Sister Irene O'Connor.
Catholic boy is going to tell you.
Good.
That's not true. Well, it's a record which was also produced by themselves, but not by Osono this time. It's from two Australian nuns, and they made a whole album, but it's the most ridiculous. I don't know. It's so weird because they used a drum computer and a lot of reverb on vocals and on the keys.
Right.
And it's really astonishing. You wouldn't expect that kind of sound with something that's Christian. I don't know.
It's a very religious record, but that kind of makes it very convincing. It's a very scary record, actually.
My God, I mean, I got the heebie-jeebies off of this. You know, it felt like
it's called what's it called again? The God's
Fire of God's Love.
Whoa, man, that sounds like metal.
Whoa.
But you know, this is.
I think Fire Records should reissue that.
Yeah, I mean that should be a no-brainer, you know. I mean, come on.
Everyone should listen to this record.
Oh my God, they look so nice out there, you know. But also, like when I heard this and then I listened to your record again, some of the more eerier sort of piano parts, and when Natasha is also singing, it kind of sort of reminded me of, you know, was this record also like a big influence on the Rats, like directly or?
Maybe not directly, but somehow maybe.
Yeah, it's one we all enjoy. Well, Natasha doesn't really enjoy it very much.
Wow.
She actually doesn't really like this record.
No, the first time I heard the record, I think one of the first songs we heard was about worshipping the Lord and listening to men, and I was like, I don't know, I like the sound of the music, I guess, but the message was not only Christian but also very unfeminist.
well, the
so
thing, yeah.
I was like, what the heck is this?
Whoa.
But you should see this as kind of a historical document, because the music is amazing and
Right.
the sound is really good.
Well, that's the scary part you mentioned, is when you're listening to it and the religious. To us, that's, you know, as people who don't believe, it's very scary. But
I like to
at the
listen to
same
religious
time,
music.
the passion
That's
is
no problem.
the passion of Christ is unbelievable.
Yeah, but I think Sister Irene wants a little bit more from her Savior Jesus than only the protection. She actually wants to. I don't know what she wants. Let's keep
All
to
right.
that.
I just want
She's
to.
very passionate. Let's keep it to that.
Let's just let people hear this stuff and figure out where their passion lies and where their inner Christ lies, and just enjoy this, or as far as we can, or just be frightened.
keep this little thought in mind, my friend. Existence in this world is not our end. We'll pass from death to life, one day to share God's endless life of love beyond compare. Fire, fire, burning, warming cold hearts, glowing, purifying showing, where mankind can find true peace, where mankind can find true
It's not in your eyes. It's not in your eyes. Family, fascination, romantic expectations, with a duty to perform for a man or for this fair land. But scratching at the window, you can't be heard. Mouths on the carpet, mess on the first night. She will clean it up. She will clean it up. But no resistance. Seeing through a rainy lane. She isn't in the cutting room. She's not in the cutting room. Family, fascination, romantic expectations, with a duty to perform for a man or for this fair land. But scratching at the window, you can't be heard. So you succumb to the dumb procession of acts of faith of woman born, of man slain. Do we have the power to will any other way? Come dance this day away, away, away. Come dance this day away, away, away. Come dance this day
That was the Raincoats with Family Treat. Beautiful song. It's got a sort of a weird, amorphous, creepy Latin vibe to it. Yeah, Show the Sleeve, yeah. It's a cool story, actually, because when I was sort of like new in Rotterdam and I sort of, walked around in Roodkapje, I saw David and I saw Arnoud DJ, and I discovered this amazing band through you guys, the Raincoats.
Was it the same record we played that evening?
I don't remember, but I just remember just putting my, asking you, what is this band? And you guys were like, the Raincoats, you got to check them out. And yeah, it's just an amazing band. And the piano playing, yeah. I have to also think about your piano playing, Natasha. Like, are you sort of influenced by the Raincoats in that way? Like,
and not in the sense of piano playing, but in the sense of I think arrangements as well, and how loose they play. And I think the piano is very, very cool sounding as well on this record.
Yeah, so, it is.
Yeah. And we're always looking for a good way to record our piano in our studio. So we try different things, and I think you have to experiment a little bit. That's what we like to do, of course.
Yeah. And I mean, it's definitely. I mean, let's talk a little bit about like excerpts a little bit, because this record is so much more expansive as far as sonics. It's, it's not, you don't just hear a band in a room. There's so many layers and so many.
Well, actually, we only use 16 tracks on our table. Some songs, not even all tracks, or we bounce a couple of tracks. So actually, it's very minimalistic. If you look at other records, maybe some digital produced records use 100 tracks or something like that. So we actually kept it to a minimum in that sense.
There's a big chance that there's a big chance that this one was done on 16-track recorder. Probably, but the arrangements on this and the abstract form of playing music and dwelling off into something and coming back to it's the start of it is very important. This record is one of my favorite all-time records, and it really influenced our record, I think, in that sense, when thinking about the Van Dyke Parks kind of arrangements. Yeah. This comes close to that, but this one has a kind of atmosphere. It takes you into some creepy little world.
Yeah, it tells a story. Like it's the same with a song cycle, Van Dyke Parks. It's the same. Like it's coloring with music. It's coloring with your instruments. You're coloring a picture, or you're telling a story. And I think those records both do that very well. So.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Usually, people always say that their first record is the best one, but this, I think that's such a big mistake. This one is absolutely the best one. The first one is brilliant, but this one is just unbelievable. But a lot of people here think it's too abstract, right? Whereas I just hear pop songs.
Yeah, just they take you along on their journey.
Yeah, so. Maybe it's what your imagination does with the record as well.
Yeah, but I think also, like the Raincoats, they're a band that's absolutely the epitome of that, like the strength of your imagination and powering through your limitation to really reach for something, and that's what they always did, and that's why their music has such a specific vibe to it. It doesn't try to be anything really. They just play and it just ends up like that, and it's just always so good. And they're such funny people on stage, they're just so fun to watch, So
I was a while ago. We spoke to Johannes of the Rondos, who lives around the block. He told us about the experience of having the Slits visit them the first time.
Wow!
And the Raincoats. He said, the Slits were very. This is 1979, must have been about. And the Slits were very confident and played a very powerful show. I said, when the Raincoats came, everything went wrong. It was very emotional in watching the show, but everything went wrong. It was out of tune. Everything was, but he said the show was absolutely amazing, and that was in Cassé, I think.
Man,
I was very jealous when he said that.
Man, so am I, man. I mean, I saw them at La Guess Who, and that was probably a whole different show than what was happening there. That's also the thing about the raincoats; they transformed constantly. I mean, that's also a thing. You just never know which side of them you saw. It depends on when, basically.
Oh, definitely yes. But they didn't record. But what I appreciate about them as well is that between the first, the second, the third records, which they were still together in the first form, not the first lineup, but they kept on going. They always try to develop into something else. The first record is brilliant. The second one is brilliant. This one and the third one is great as well.
Yeah, it's also a good listen.
Yeah,
the third one,
really,
you can't deny it. It's also good.
They're all brilliant.
We're gonna move on to the next thing. It's actually something I've never heard of before. So you guys gotta sort of fill me in on this. White Noise, a record called Love Without Sound, and these guys have been really innovative in tape noise and using tape in innovative ways. And can you sort of, elaborate?
Well, yeah, the record's called An Electric Storm, and the song is called Love Without Sound.
Right. All right.
And
it's
it's from made from a girl and a boy, and the girl's called or a woman. She's called Delia Derbyshire. And in the 50s and 60s, the BBC had a workshop for, there was a kind of a studio where they trying to invent new and original modern sounds. And that was for their documentaries or radio shows, TV shows. She actually made the intro tune for the Doctor Who.
Really? Oh, wow.
And the way she made the music, because there weren't any synthesizers back then, but it's a very synthesized sound. And she used an oscillator, which can produce one tone, and by pitching the recorder, she was able to produce like this melody. And then, she cut the tape and pasted it back together, and then she got this crazy intro. But after her work hours, she made this record.
All right, so this in between, wow.
In the evening when everybody went home, she made this record.
Wow. I think we should listen to it now, man.
How many tape machines did she use? She had a lot of tape machines, right?
Yeah, a lot of tape machines playing synchronized.
Okay, but did you actually sort of, because I mean, you guys are pretty much known for fooling around with tape machines as well and see how they sort of influence sound in space. Did you actually sort of also research this record? Like, how did she do it? Like, was it also sort of a test case for you to say, hey, what can we do with these things, and how can it sort of enhance our sound in some way?
Well, she definitely helped us, like experimenting with tape machines, because she had a lot of new and original ways for making music. Not only like recording, but also using the tape machine as a music instrument. Musical instrument, yeah.
Cool. Well, man, I mean, let's just blast this thing up, man. And just transmit it.
Beyond the outside world swung left to right. Within ourselves the sun saw the night. Just bound by blue ethereality. Drifting out to my dream free. My mind explored a labyrinth eyes. A sun-drenched body lay dreams gone, just mounting fever in my soul. Within my head the bell seems to go. Fast breathing, breathing, heaving, hippies bound. Now making love without sound.
Poisonous gardens, lethal and sweet, venomous blossoms, choleric fruit, deadly to eat, violet nightshades, innocent bloom, omnivorous orchids, cautiously wait, hungrily loom. You will find them in her eyes, in her eyes, in her eyes. You will find them in her eyes, in her eyes, in her eyes. Petrified willows, twisted and brown, carrion swallows, wait in the wet, darkening ground, withering shadows, quietly grow, potently breathing into a spectacular cloud. You will find them in her eyes, in her eyes, in her eyes. You will find them in her eyes, in her eyes, in her eyes. Venomous spectacles, dissident play, tasting of ergot, dancing by night, dying by day, blackening mushrooms, drinking the rain, sinister night blooms, will put the dawn's welcoming pain. You will find them in her eyes, in her eyes, in her eyes. You will find them in her eyes, in her eyes, in her
That was the United States of America with the Garden of Earthly Delights. Wow, incredible. I mean, it's also amazing to see the Rats just, discuss which records to play. It's almost like a sports huddle or something, It's always like, whoa, want this one. I mean, and I'm pretty honored to hear that, like, if I weren't here, then this place would probably just, succumb to chaos, and someone needs to talk and annoy people to make sure that the records are played in succession and not like simultaneously or whatever. But again, we're already deviating from the original plan, and we're already playing records in weird orders, and it's wonderful. This next one, Lee Hazelwood, man, and that's a guy that Rats on Rafts has covered like in the past. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, this song, what's the song, Lee's song that we're going to hear?
This song is called Rainbow Woman.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful song about a woman.
Wow.
Yeah. Sure,
Can't get
let's do
any
it.
better.
I saw her reflection in the shadow of the sun. the cadence of a dying drummer's drum. She knew I was coming nearer. She said no, but I did not hear her. Rainbow woman, rainbow, rainbow woman, woman, rainbow woman. When I heard her laughter, I was more than some surprise. In her smile was sadness, there was laughter in her eyes. She knew I was coming nearer. She said no, but I did not hear her. Rainbow woman, rainbow, rainbow woman, woman, rainbow woman. Self-respect is absent in a lonely man's mirage. Love is sometimes given in a salty tear corsage. May the gods that made her claim her. She comes and goes, and so I named her. Rainbow woman, rainbow, rainbow woman, woman, rainbow woman. May the gods that made her claim her. She comes and goes, and so I named her. Rainbow woman, rainbow, rainbow woman, woman, rainbow woman.
I seen a hand, I seen a vision. It was reaching through the clouds to risk a dream. A shadow crossed the sky and it crushed it to the ground just like a beast. The old man's back again. The old man's back again. I seen a woman standing in the snow. She was silent as she watched them take her man. Teardrops burned her cheeks, for she thought she'd heard the shadow had left this land. The old man's back again. The old man's back again. The crowds just gathered, their faces turned away, and they queue all day like dragons of disgust. Older women whispering, wondering just what these young hotheads want of us. And Andre V, he cries, with eyes that ring like chimes. His anti-worlds go spinning through his head. He burns them in his dreams, for half awake they may as well be dead. The old man's be a soldier. He's standing in the rain. For him there's no old man to walk behind. Devoured by his pain, bewildered by the faces who pass him by. He'd like another name. The one he's got's a curse. These people cry. Why can't they understand? His mother called him Ivan. Then she died. The old man's back again. The old man's back again. I can see him back again. Da 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 da. Greet of it up, 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 da 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 da.
I would have liked you to have been deep frozen too, and waiting still as fresh in your flesh for my return to earth. But your father refused to sign the forms to freeze you. Let's see, you'd be about 60 now, and long dead by the time I return to earth. On my time-held dreams were full of you, as you were when I left, still underage. Your android replica is playing up again. Oh, it's no joke. When she comes, she moans another's name. That's the spirit of the age. 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 Ah, the spirit of the age. That's the spirit of the age. Ah, the spirit of the age. That is the spirit of the age. 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 I am a clone, I am not alone. Every fiber of my flesh and bone is identical to the others. Everything I say is in the same tone as my test tube brother's voice. There is no choice between us. If you had ever seen us, you'd rejoice in your uniqueness and consider every weakness something special of your own. Being a clone, I have no flaws to identify. Even this doggerel that pours from my pen has just been written by another 20 telepathic men. Oh, word for word says, oh, for the wings of any bird other than a battery hen. That's the spirit of the age. 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 It's just the spirit of the age. It's just the spirit of the age. It's just the spirit of the age. Just the spirit of the age. It's the spirit of the age. It's the spirit of the age.
Man, we're here like with the behemoth most of pop music now. We had some Lee Hazelwood, we had some Scott Walker, and now we got some Hawkwind going on. And the Hawkwind, man, that's a band that's intersectional to a lot of music. And you know, what's sort of been the impact of Hawkwind on Rats on Rafts?
Hawkwind has always been around. This particular record, Quark's Strangeness and Charms, I actually know through my dad. He's seen the band back in the day. But this is one of their later records in which they actually, you know, everybody thought they were long gone, and then they came up with this one. This is a brilliant record. Very underappreciated. But yeah, you can hear the Noi thing always in their in their songs, right? It's a very big influence, and yeah, it's just the lyrics are brilliant, the songs are brilliant, the rhythm section is absolutely astonishing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean they're not very technical. They're atmospheric or punky at times.
Proggy at times as well. I also see that sort of sci-fi, retro sci-fi.
Yeah,
especially
well,
the
sci-fi is it. Yeah, that's always a theme, right?
Yeah, the sleeve is amazing too, man, of that record. Can we show that sleeve, or is it? Yeah. Well, man, I love that sleeve. Yeah. Well, the next thing that we're going to hear. I mean, we got some Texas blood in there, and I always love some Texas bands. And this band is called Red Crayola, and they sort of hung around the same scene as the 13th Floor Elevators, and as I recall, yeah.
Yeah, so there's the English psychedelics and stuff. This is a really weird record, but a really brilliant one. What song are we going to play now?
Well, I just want to ask you a little bit of a question on that.
Sorry.
Because I mean, the new Rats on Rafts record, there's definitely more of a lyrical side to it, and this record, this record by Ray Crayola also has sort of freakouts, like big sort of vocal bursts and weird sort of. And I wonder if that was sort of a touchstone for you.
Yeah, definitely. Those records like this one and White Noise record and the United States of America, Van Dyke Parks, the way those records are like a big long trip, a big long adventure, whatever. They are. That's that's an enormous influence. And this has the emotional. This is darker. This is heavier. This is That's what I like about this one. Like 13th Floor Elevators are brilliant as
well.
Man,
great band.
Something completely different from this. This is one of the. I think if you in terms of those records, you've got the White Noise one, which is with all the different sounds, but they're actual songs. This one has more abstract parts, if that's the right way to say it.
Let's just freak out over here.
All right. But we're going to start... the song starts with a free-form freak-out.
Cool, man, that's awesome. Let's do it.
The song after that is called Hurricane Fighter Plane. So we're going to start in the middle of the song.
It's about the switchover as well. The switchover is fucking brilliant.
Right in the chaos, right in the fray. Let's do it, man.
There we go.
In my pocket, a hurricane fighter plane.
That was Parayubu with Small Was Fast. And I had no idea what was going on there. I mean, I thought something was wrong with the stereo. I was like, is the record skipping or... But David, I mean, this is supposed to happen on this record, right? This weird sort of chaos.
Yeah, the composition of that song has always been one of my favorites. I think the way he manages to put certain elements together, so it's very catchy at times. Then it becomes deliberately. He gives you the catchiness, and then he takes it away, and without it being like a sort of proggy or intelligent kind of crap. It's just very. It's all very balanced. To me, it's completely
normal.
Yeah, that's the perfect pop song to me. If pop music would have been something more like this last song, I'd be a very happy person.
Wow, it's like bizarro pop. Yeah, and there's actually an interesting connection between Parayubu and Rats on Rafts. You actually covered a song by him recently, and for a TV channel that he's doing. Explain that.
Yeah, we did a cover of one of their songs called "Visions of the Moon." Around that time that record was released, we played with Perubu in England, and we played a show with David Thomas, which was astonishing as his backing band.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
improv session, I suppose. Yeah.
All right. So how did it go?
Very well. It was extremely nerve-wracking, but at the end it was fine. Actually, it was fine.
Yeah.
He's a great band leader. Yeah. So do you remember when we met him?
Yeah. He told us we're gonna have a hard time, but I don't know. He told us if I look at you like this, and he gave quite an angry face, you know you fucked up.
Oh man.
He didn't give us that look. No, but he was very convincing, which is important. You know, he had his own ideas about what, and he was obviously concerned about what the show was going to be like. So we were playing. So it was us with another band called Happiness and his band.
Oh right, cool band too. Happiness, very Elliott Smith.
Yeah, but I think when David read the name Happiness, well, I assume this is just my imagination, but I think that's when he thought, that's not the idea. It's a funny, one of the greatest David. When we met him the second time, we supported Perubu in London. And we had Bram with us as drummer, and he had never played the song Zebradelic. Well, we were going to play that song. He was brilliant at playing that song, but he had never played it before. So in the van on the way over to the venue, he was listening to the song, trying to air drum along to the song. And then when we came into the venue, we got the sound check, tried the song 3 times, and I think at that stage. We thought, we've got it, and we were finished. And David came up, and that was the first time we met him that evening. And he said, "You guys sound check longer than a Grateful Dead concert."
Oh man,
that was brilliant.
I mean, it felt like sort of a rite of passage for a band to sort of be in that position. You were probably a big fan of Parayubu before you were able to do that. So
yeah, such an important band because his approach to songs, lyrics, to his own voice. You can hear he's got a beautiful voice, but he doesn't try to color inside the picture. He just.
About a pop song. I think the first time I heard their music was when I was 16, I think, and it was the first time I thought, oh, now this I get, this is what I like. This is how I want guitars to sound. This is what I want in a song and in music. And so for me, it's a very important band as well. Yeah. It's, I think, one of the main reasons I started playing in bands.
Yeah. I mean, the song that you guys originally were going to play, "Visions of the Moon," that you also mentioned. that reminded me of like a Randy Newman song sometimes, like a really weird, fucked up Randy Newman song or something. I don't know.
And that's a very abstract song, and we try to do it a little justice. It's very hard because it's just such a beautiful tune. But we accidentally, you know, the way you go through your record collection, and, maybe we'll play this one this evening. So we brought both records, but we played a different one.
Cool. Well, we're almost done with this amazing sort of secret broadcast, and we've played some incredible records, and it's been chaotic. It didn't go according to plan and anything, but that's actually the thing about Rats on Rafts. You never know what to expect, and it's always going to derail into something different, and that's the point.
In a fight.
we haven't broken off. We haven't been in a fight at all. So it's all been really nice and really great. Personally as well, like to be in a room and play some good music. Matthias, you've been looking at the last records that will send us into the stratosphere and send us off. So what do you got from us?
Well, I picked a record from John Cale. It's called Artificial Intelligence.
Wow. Again, the sleeves are all amazing, by the way. Every one of them.
We're going to listen to the second song, which is called Dying on the Vine. And it's kind of a sad song, but the production is kind of cool, I guess. Well, to be completely honest, I listened to this record this morning and I thought, well, I should not take this with me. But I did, and we will just put on that song, just have a listen. And
it's a beautiful song, actually. But yeah, the thing with that record is it's a great sleeve.
Yeah, the sleeve is great, but that's it.
It's got a few great songs on it. No, but this song is astonishing. I mean, this is a brilliant song.
Well,
it is.
For me
one of his
personally,
best songs,
I think it's the only good song on the album. But
what about Satellite Walk?
Oh, Satellite Walk is fun as well. That's true.
A Chinese Takeaway.
Maybe 2 songs then.
All right.
But let's just have a listen.
All right, let's die out here. Let's die on the vine.
I've been chasing ghosts, and I don't like it. I wish someone would show me where to draw the line. I'd lay down my sword if you would take it, and tell everyone back home I'm doing fine. I was with you down in Acapulco, trading clothing for some wine, smelling like an old adobe woman, or a William Burroughs playing for lost time. And I was thinking about my mother. I was thinking about what's mine. I was living but I was dying on the vine. Who could sleep through all that noisy chatter? The troops, the celebrations in the sun. The authorities say my papers are all in order. And if I wasn't such a coward, I would run. I'll see you when all the shooting's over. Meet me on the other side of town. Yes, you can bring all your friends along for protection. It's always nice to have them hanging around. I was thinking about my mother. I was thinking about what's mine. I was living